Good morning. Good morning. This is Rachel, and um, thank you so much for joining in. I apologize that I did not get started or log in a little bit earlier. We did have the electricity go out here in my town in Hawaii. So we are going to get started. Thank you so much for joining. This is courtesy of Come Back Yoga. This is a gentle yoga and meditation this morning. I'll have you go ahead, come to your mat. Please know that I am in my home, so things such as my cats or my dogs may come into the screen. Also, I do live with the rest of my family, so if they get up, you may hear doors closing, and it is currently raining outside as well. So we'll find that nice, comfortable seat, however that looks this morning. Allow yourself to breathe. And please remember, everything I say this morning is only a suggestion. And if it doesn't feel good in the body, please don't do it. Listen to your body at all times. As you find yourself breathing, notice how you feel this morning. Noticing the rise and fall of either the chest, belly, maybe we feel it more in the side or back ribs. If it feels okay, bringing a little bit of intention to the breath by extending that inhalation and the exhalation. We're not forcing anything, we're just exploring right now. Stay here for one more breath. And then let's begin to move. Taking our legs out in front of us in a V shape. Find your sitting bones, hands come by your side. If you point or flex your feet or just let them be, perfectly fine. Inhale to reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands in front of you. Let them support you however you need. Inhale, pull the heart forward, draw the shoulders back. Exhale to release. It's a small movement. Inhale, pull the heart forward, draw the shoulders back. Exhale to release. One more time. Inhale, pull the heart forward, draw the shoulders back. Exhale to release. We'll come upright. Hands come behind us. And we'll do the similar but slightly different. Fingers any direction that feels good to you. Inhale, pull the heart forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Press down through the fingertips or palms of the hands. Let your gaze lift slightly skyward if it feels okay. Notice how the back of the neck needs to work to keep your head here. If it bothers your neck, tuck the chin towards the chest. Stay here to breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's release. Hands coming by our sides. Inhale to reach up towards the sky. Exhale, turn the palms down. Feel this grounding force as we press down. 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. Turn the palms down. Exhale to release. Remember, go with your breath. Our breaths might not coordinate. One more time. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Turn the palms down. Exhale. Let's release the right hand down to the mat. Inhale, left hand up and over. Now know that that top hand might not feel so great on our shoulder. So if you'd like, you can keep your hand on your shoulder or even hand on the hip. The bottom hand, that right hand, might like to walk out. But again, do what feels good in your body. For those of you that would like to add a little bit of neck rotation, on your inhale, you can lift that gaze up skyward. Exhale to lower the gaze. Two more times or stay wherever you are. Listen to your body, feel your breath. One more breath. And then allow yourself to come upright. Use your hands or not. Inhale to reach up towards the sky. Exhale, let that left hand come down. Have that support. Top hand overhead to the shoulder or at the hip. That bottom hand can walk out. If that opposite sitting bone lifts up, that's okay. We're not going to force it down. You're just aware of the lengthening of the side body, adding that rotation if you'd like, or staying where you are. Inhale, lifting the gaze up. Exhale to lower the gaze. Two more times. Follow your breath or stay in that static position. One more time. And we'll all make our way upright. Butterflying the knees, soles of the feet come together. Hands rest wherever you'd like. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale to round the spine, chin to the chest. Two more times. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale, round, chin to the chest. One more time. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale, round, chin to the chest. Return to a neutral spine. Hands by the sides. Inhale to reach up towards the sky. Exhale, rotate to the right, hands wherever you'd like. We have the option to stay here, using our core to keep us rotated, or we can use our hands to give us a little bit of leverage. Do what feels good in your body. The spine is long. The gaze can be any direction that you like. We're going to stay here to breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's release, coming forward. Hands by the sides. Inhale to reach up towards the sky. Exhale, rotate to the left, hands wherever you'd like them to be. Let them naturally fall. Again, using your core to turn you, or if you'd like, using your hands for a little bit of leverage. Gaze wherever you'd like as well. Breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's release, coming forward. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Extend the legs out in front of you. If there's bend to the knees, that just means we have tight hamstrings. Find your find your hamstrings. Find your sitting bones. Let's flex the feet that bring toes towards the knees, hands by our sides. Inhale to reach up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Hands can rest on the thighs, on the shins, on the ground. Some of you might be able to reach your toes or take a little bind behind your feet. My preference is to keep my spine long, but again, this is your practice. If your practice has you rounding your spine, do what feels good to you. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On your inhale, let's come upright. Bending the knees. We're going to go into 90-90. We've done this in my other classes. Turning the knees towards the right. Allow right knee in line with the right hip. Flex, and then ankle in line with the knee and flex the foot. Same with the back. Back hip in line with the knee. Ankle in line with the knee, flexing the foot. We're rotating the direction of that right toe, so to the right, and beginning to hinge forward. Hands can come to support you under your shoulders. I can already feel sensation in my right hip. If you need a little bit more sensation, you're welcome to come down to your forearms. Maybe have a prop, a book or a block or pillow under your forearms, or if you'd like, coming all the way down. Listening to your body, staying here with your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you are down lower, let's begin to come upright, hands under your shoulders for support. And then begin to make your way to the other side. I like to just flip my knees, but if you like to take a little extra time, that's perfect too. So the toes are pointing towards, forward toes are pointing towards the left now. So my left knee in line with my left hip, ankle in line with that forward knee, flexing the foot. Same thing with the back. We're creating 90-degree angles for those of you that like geometry. Knee in line with the hip, ankle in line with the knee, flexing the foot, rotating towards the left, hinging forward, hands supporting you, taking one of those variations that feels good to you. Making sure we stay in this area of sensation and never looking for pain. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On your next inhale, we'll come upright. Taking the legs out nice and wide again. Again, if there's a slight bend of the knees, that's okay. Go as wide as feels good in your body. Plant the right hand, inhale, left hand over. We're going to take a little bit of movement now. Exhale to lower it back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale to draw it back. This can be a very small movement. Only do what feels good to you. Inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, return the hand down. We're going to plant the left hand. Inhale, right hand overhead. Exhale, draw it back. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, draw it back. Last time, inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale to draw it back. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Let the hands come behind you. Inhale, pull the heart forward, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale to release. 2 more times. Inhale, pull the heart forward, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale to release. 1 more time. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale to release. Let's make our way into tabletop position. Now, if we have some cranky knees, grab a towel, grab a blanket, or even fold your yoga mat, if you're using one, over to protect the knees. Tabletop is spreading the fingers nice and wide, hands under the shoulders and knees under the hips. I like to tuck my toes, but it's completely fine to untuck your toes and have the tops of the feet down too. Allow yourself to notice how this feels, pressing down through the palms, pressing down through the knees, pressing down either through the toes or the tops of the feet. Let yourself stay here. And I invite you to wag your tail. That means move your hips side to side. Notice how that feels on the side body. If this begins to hurt your wrists, you can always come up onto fingertips or make fists under your shoulders as well. As we wag our tail side to side, if you'd like, you can gaze over that shoulder, glancing at that hip. Stay here for 1 more breath. It doesn't matter how fast or slow you go. And then return to neutral. Turning the fingers to the long edge of the mat, or if you've made fists or fingertips, staying there. Press down through the palms. Feel that slight rounding of the upper back. And let's release. Turning the fingers to point towards our knees, thumbs out. Again, only doing what feels good for your wrist. Press down through the palms as much as comfortable. Feel that slight rounding of the upper back. Keep on breathing. And let's release. Turning the fingers towards the top of the mat. Extend the fingers as far as you can, reaching those arms long. The heart will melt down. This is one of my 2 cats. Breathe here wherever you are for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring those hands under the shoulders and walk them back so they're then by our knees. Let's come upright. Again, toes can be tucked or tops of the feet down. I only tuck my toes because I have one knee that's quite cranky. We're going to bring that right foot forward. So if you need to bring the hands down, let's bring the right foot forward. My knee is stacked over my ankle, but if it's slightly forward or back, if it feels okay in your body, again, we're listening to our body. It's an approximation. Let's reach those hands upwards. On your next exhale, bend that right elbow, pat your back. We're adding that tricep stretch. So we can pat our back and stay here. The left hand can take the elbow and hold it. And you can feel a tricep stretch. For those of you that have a washcloth, and I apologize, or a dish towel, I didn't mention this sooner, you are welcome to also have that as a way to hold from the top hand for those of you that like to take a bind. For a bind, we would release the top hand, allow it to come up from behind, hands connect, or using a towel. Again, holding your elbow is perfectly fine too. Breathe here for one more breath. On your next exhale, let's release. Hands come down, supported on the mat, on your leg as you need, and begin to straighten that forward leg, toes lifted skyward. Now, if this doesn't feel quite accessible, we can be more upright. It takes a little bit more balance on your thigh, or if you have cans or blocks or books to support you, that works as well. Notice how it feels on the back of your right leg. Stay here for one more breath. On your next inhale, let's bend into that forward knee, planting the right foot. Hands come to the inside of the right leg, and then walk the right foot to the long edge of your mat. Notice how the hips draw forward. I'll untuck my back toes now, only because that feels better for me, but listen to your body. Hands under the shoulders, spine nice and long. Notice how this feels. You do have the option to tuck the toes and lift the back knee if you'd like, but again, your choice, your practice. For those of you that have it in your practice to come down either to forearms, you're welcome to do that as well. Another last option to add on, taking that right hand to the inside of the right thigh and drawing that right knee away, coming onto the pinky side edge of your foot. Breathing here wherever you are for 5, 4, and welcome to my other cat. 3, 2, and 1. If you drew that knee out, let's bring it in. Hands come under the shoulders. Right knee matches left knee. Excuse me, kitty. And then draw into child's pose. Hips towards the heels, hands towards the top of the mat, or hands by the feet. The knees can be together or apart. Allow yourself to breathe. As we stay here, notice where the breath goes. We're going to stay here for 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. On your next inhale, round up into tabletop, and we'll work the other side. Hands walking back, coming to the knees, and helping yourself come upright. Let's extend that left leg out. Find the balance. Be mindful as you move. Use those blocks. Hands can be on the thighs, shins, or the mat. Oh, who noticed? I don't know if anyone noticed. I promise I'll go back to the other posture. Breathe here. Notice how you feel. Stay here for one more breath. How's that forward hamstring feeling? And we're going to make our way. We're going to actually bend that forward knee and plant the foot. Come upright. I would hate to have you be lopsided. Hands by our sides. Inhale to reach up towards the sky. Exhale, bend that left elbow. Use the right hand to work the tricep. I'm sure some of you at home were like, oh, wait, we forgot something. Again, remember those three options we had before. We can stay patting our back. We can use that right hand to hold that left elbow. If you have something um, like a cloth or a strap, you're always welcome to use that to help you take a bind, having one end in the top hand, one end in the bottom. Or for those of you that have a bind with your hand practice, you're welcome to do that as well. Bring awareness when we're here, what your bottom ribs are doing. We have a tendency to flare. And if that's your intention, that's fine. But if you're doing this without really paying attention, maybe draw those bottom ribs in and feel the upper abdominals engage. Notice how you're feeling. Stay here for one more breath. And on your next exhale, let's release. We'll now extend that forward leg. I didn't have you stay quite as long. Hands wherever you'd like. We're going to stay here for an abbreviated amount of time only because we were here for a short time before and I kind of forgot that first tricep component. Keep on breathing. Stay here for one more breath. On your next inhale, let's bend that forward knee, plant the foot. Hands come to the inside of the left foot. Again, you have that option to lift up the back knee. I'm going to keep my back knee down, and then I'm going to walk my left foot to the long edge of the mat. Hands can stay under shoulders. Again, options. Coming down to the forearms or staying up high, whatever feels good for you this morning. Lastly, left hand can come to the inside of the left thigh, drawing it away, finding a static or back and forth motion, rolling to the pinky edge of the left foot. Wherever you are breathing, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you are down low on your forearms, coming upright, we'll bring the left knee to match the right, taking child's pose. Again, knees together or apart, hands forward or back. For those of you with your hands forward, you're welcome to take a side body stretch, walking the hands to the right or left. For those of you staying in stillness, connecting with the breath, if you took a side body stretch, making your way center and then to your other side. We'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On your next inhale, let's draw those hands by our ears and help yourself upright. Coming up onto our knees, let's help ourselves come all the way up. Use your hands as much as you need. Take your feet a nice comfortable standing, hips distance apart. And if there's another stance you prefer, go ahead and take it. Let's roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Hands come by our sides. Inhale to reach up towards the sky. It's okay if your gaze follows. It's okay if it doesn't. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Take your time, feel your breath. Exhale, hands to the heart. One more time. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Release the hands. Hands come to the low back. Fingertips pointed down. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale to release. 2 more times. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale to release. One more time. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale to release, hands by the sides. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. We're going to take our arms behind us as much as feels good, allowing the tops of the forearms and tops of the hands to be pressing into our back wherever they fall. Now notice how this feels. It doesn't matter what arm's on top or bottom. We're going to gently press them into our back. Find a small contraction. When I say small contraction, I'm talking about a 1 to 3% contraction. Notice how it feels on the fronts of our shoulders. We're going to stay here to breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's release, changing it up. The arm that was on bottom is now going to come on top, and what was on top is going to come on bottom. Tops of the forearms and the backs of the hands, gently pressing into the back wherever they go. Find that 1 to 3% contraction. We're looking for just small sensations on the front of the shoulders. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's release. Allow yourself to notice, were you walking out your knees? Were your knees soft? Or were we not even paying attention to our feet? Just an observation, no judgment. Rolling shoulders up, back, and down. Find your rooting down sensation through the soles of the feet. The 3 points, that point behind the big toe, the point behind the pinky toe, and through the heel. You should feel most of the weight in the heel, but then see if we can evenly disperse that weight through those 3 points. Hands wherever you like. Imagine there's a little suction cup at the top of the head lifting you up, having you grow just a little bit taller. On your next inhale, lift up the heels, find balance on your toes. Exhale to release down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift up the heels. Go at your pace. Exhale, lower. Hands can be wherever you want. 1 more time. Inhale, lift up the heels. Exhale, lower. Root down again through those 3 points of contact through your feet. When you're ready, we're going to lean back on our heels, lifting up our toes, maybe even the balls of the forward part of the foot. Exhale to release. Can we do that 2 more times? Inhale, lean back. Be mindful of your balance. Hold on to something if you need. Exhale to release. 1 more time. Inhale, lift up the toes, maybe the balls of the feet. Exhale to release. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Allow your feet to reset, maybe taking them a little bit narrower or staying where you are. Inhale to reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale here. Exhale, sit back as if you're sitting in a chair. So the hips draw back, knees bend. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach up for the sky. Exhale, hands come to the heart, sit back as if you're in a chair. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach for the sky. Last time. Exhale, hands to heart, sink back into a chair position. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach up for the sky. Exhale to release the hands. Coming to the top of our mat, we'll let our right foot plant. Left foot's going to step back into a warrior 2 position. So bend in that forward knee, back toes out anywhere from a 90-degree angle to a 45-degree angle. Allow the right hand to go forward, left hand to come back. If you're feeling tired, guess what? You can come down on your knee, pivot on that knee, and allow the ankle to go back. And allow right hand to go forward, left hand to go back. Listen to your body. This is your practice. Front palm to the sky. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Reach for the back of the mat. Exhale to warrior 2 once again. Let's do that again. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale to warrior 2. One more time. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Exhale to warrior two. Hands come to the hips. Straighten that forward knee. If you are in um, on your knee, let's come upright. We're going to take a wide-legged forward fold. Pivot the forward toes to the long edge of the mat. Adjust the back foot. Insides of the feet are parallel. Hands by the sides. Inhale to reach up towards the sky. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Hands can stay on the hips, on the thighs, holding the shins, or under the shoulders. The head is heavy. Adjust your feet as you need. Some people may need a narrower stance. Some people may need a wider stance. See if we can keep the insides of your feet parallel to make sure we don't tweak our knee. And if it bothers your knee, adjust your feet accordingly. Stay here to breathe, hands under shoulders for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's plant that right hand. Inhale, left hand skyward. Exhale to lower. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Planting that hand. Left hand down now. Inhale, right hand skyward. Exhale, lower. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. All we're doing is looking for rotation of the spine. Exhale, lower. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Turn your toes out, bend your knees, hands to the thighs. Let's roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Nice job. Making your way to your top of the mat, you'll see that I'm changing directions only so you're better able to see me. Coming to the top of your mat, we're rooting down through that left foot, right foot steps back, finding a warrior two position. So bend in that forward knee, back toes out, 45 or 90-degree angle. Again, we can come down to the knee as well. Left hand forward, right hand back. Notice how you feel wherever you are. When you're ready, front palm to the sky. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Exhale to warrior two. 2 more times. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Exhale, warrior two. 1 more time. Inhale, reverse. Exhale to warrior two. Let's release those hands to the hips. For those of you on your knee, let's come upright. Take your time. Use your hands as you need. Begin to straighten that forward knee. We're going to turn everything to the long edge of the mat. Take that wide-legged stance again. You have a few options. You can take the hands under the shoulders again, or for those of you that would like, taking a dish rag or a washcloth or a strap, or just interlacing the hands together behind your back, straightening the arms. On your exhale, hinging at the hips, coming into a wide-legged forward fold, head towards the mat, hands towards the sky. If our hands don't bind, if we don't have a dish towel or a washcloth, guess what we can also do? We can turn the palms and just face them towards each other. That's okay. I know that tight shoulders is a reality of life. Finding your breath. Notice how your knees are feeling. Are our insides of the feet parallel-ish? Adjust your feet accordingly. Take a wider stance, a shorter stance. Your body, your practice. If you've taken the bind behind your back, let's release it. Hands coming under the shoulders. Bend your knees as much as you need to support you. Notice how this feels. Head is heavy. There's nothing to see on the screen. And then, if it feels good, allowing yourself to hinge forward, head coming towards the mat again, hands in line with the arches of your feet, fingertips pointed forward or reaching behind you through your legs, fingertips in the opposite direction. Again, hands can be under the shoulders as well. Let's breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Turning the toes out. Heels in, walk your hands under your shoulders. Bend the knees, hands to thighs, and roll up one vertebra at a time. Nice job. We'll all step to the top of the mat, wherever you are. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down, hands to the low back. Inhale, pull the heart forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale to release. Let's not lock out our knees, keep them soft. Again, inhale, pull the heart forward, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale to release. One more time. Inhale, pull the heart forward, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale to release. Let's make our way down. We have a few options. You can come into Malasana, your low squat, by turning your toes out, heels in, hands coming to the heart. Also understand this pose is very hard for a lot of people. So we can hold our thighs and notice how this feels as the hips are lower, seeing how low we can get them. Again, we're not forcing anything. Stay wherever you are for one more breath. And on your next exhale, let's make our way to our seat, all the way on the mat. So use your hands as much as you need. Some of you might have been able to lean back from Malasana and find your balance. Taking our soles of the feet together, knees are butterflied. Hands can be behind you for support, or hands can be heart, forward, or overhead. Those are all your options right now. Keep your spine nice and long. Ground down through the pinky edge of your foot into the mat. On your next exhale, let's lean back. Keep the spine long. Feel the hip flexors and the front core working. Stay here to breathe. Find a static position for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale to come up. Release the hands. Walk them forward. Allow yourself to sway side to side. Option to stay here, or we're going to do it again. Inhale to come up, hand position wherever you'd like. On your next exhale, lean back. Notice how the hip flexors and that front core are working. You don't have to go back far. It can really be a micro movement or a big movement. Spine long. Continue to breathe. One more breath. On your next inhale, let's come upright. And then walk the hands forward. Find your stillness or your movement, spine rounded or long. Again, we're going to do this one more time. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, last time, coming upright, hands wherever you like. Spine long, exhale, lean back. Big or small movement. Feel the frontal core, hip flexors. Breathing steady. Notice how you feel. One more breath. On your next inhale, let's come upright, hands wherever you need them to be for support. Rounded spine, long spine, your choice. I like to add some side to side movement, but again, this is your practice, so please do what feels good to you. Stay here for one more breath. Allow yourself to come upright. And then we're going to make our way to our bellies. There's no graceful way to do this as far as I can tell, but maybe you found a way. Just take your time. We're coming down to our bellies. It doesn't necessarily flow that well, but that's okay. Walking the legs back. Take your feet about hips distance apart, and then ground the top of your feet into the mat. We don't have to do anything crazy, but do what feels good in your body. Notice how the forearms are. Take the shoulders either under the shoulders or slightly in front of, setting up for Sphinx pose. You have two options here. Palms down, fingertips spread, or for those of you that would prefer, making gentle fists, and then turning pinky side down. On your next inhale, pull the heart forward, lift up the gaze. Feel the opening of the mid back. Exhale to release. We'll do that 2 more times with your breath. Inhale, pull the heart forward, draw the shoulders back, lift the gaze skyward. Exhale to release. Last time, listen to your body. Inhale, pull the heart forward, shoulders draw back, gaze wherever feels good to you. Exhale to release. Relax through the feet. Hands can stack, forehead to the back of the hands, or turning the cheek to the mat. Let's sway those hips side to side or bend at the knees and allow the feet to take you back and forth. Listen to your body, find your breath, and then let's find stillness. Allow yourself to come upright, rolling onto your side. I'm going to take my bottom hand to support my head, but you have the option to tuck it like a pillow or extend it long. Taking that top leg, we'll take it forward, bending the bottom foot. I'm sorry, not bending the foot. You can't do that. Bending that knee. The top hand is going to reach for that bottom foot or ankle and then bring the heel towards the glute. Option to do this. And if you say, there's no way I can reach that foot, I want you to take a quad stretch. Both of them are quad stretches. It's just giving you variations. If you prefer keeping the leg stacked, bending the top leg, bending at the knee, taking that top hand to the top foot, heel towards the glute. So you have two options of postures. Both of them are quad stretches. It's just to give you a little variation. Wherever you are, breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's release the top or bottom foot, restack the legs. We're going to roll onto our bellies, draw back into a child's pose. Hands under shoulders, hips towards the heels, hands forward or back. Finding your breath. Stay here for one more breath. On your next inhale, round up into tabletop and make your way onto your belly. Yes, I changed position so my back's not toward you. Roll to the other side. Hand position, however feels good to you. Again, we have those two options of poses. Both of them are quad stretches. We have the option for that top leg to go forward, bending the bottom knee. Top hand takes the bottom foot or ankle. That's a quad stretch here. If you say, not quite in my practice this morning, stacking the legs, bending the top knee, top hand to that foot or ankle, listening to your body. Again, there's no right or wrong between these postures. For those of you that have a longer dish towel or strap, you're welcome to use that at any time as well. Making sure that we're able to breathe. We'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's release. Rolling onto your belly. Draw back into child's pose. Any version, again, your choice, your practice. As an option, bringing awareness to your breath and sending a little intention to it. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale to sigh out the mouth. 2 more times or stay with your natural breathing. Last time. And I invite you to return to your natural breathing. On the next inhale, round up into tabletop. Make your way to your seat. Legs can be extended out in front of you, hands behind you. Notice how this feels. The heart will pull forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the gaze skyward 50 degrees with your neck. On your next exhale, begin to help yourself down. Come down however feels good to you. If you happen to have ponytails or buns that make it so the back of your head isn't able to lay flat on the mat, I invite you to adjust your hair accordingly so it feels a little bit more stable and secure. For those of you with low back issues, you're welcome to bend the knees, soles of the feet to the mat, knees buckled in, or taking a pillow or something and placing it under your knees. We're going to stay with your breath and notice how you feel. Eyes can be open or closed. Stay here for one more breath. I invite you to release your breath. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale to sigh out the mouth and rotate your head towards the right as far as feels good to you. Breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On your inhale, let the gaze go skyward. Bring awareness to the jaw. Unhinge the jaw, wiggle the jaw side to side. Find your stillness of the jaw. We'll release your breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale to sigh out the mouth. Gaze towards the left as far as feels good to you. Breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On your next inhale, let's turn the gaze skyward. Bring awareness to your legs. If you had that bolster or pillows under your knees, let's remove that. Allowing the soles of the feet to come down to the mat, knees bent skyward, palms by our hips. Inhale, lift up to your bridge pose. Press down through the soles of the feet. Exhale to lower down. We're moving with intention. Inhale, lift up the hips, low back, mid back, upper back. Exhale to release. One more time. Inhale, lift up, feel the glutes squeeze, feel the feet press down, feel the opening of the heart. Exhale to release. Bringing the right knee into the chest. Extend the left leg long. Right knee towards the left. Hands and gaze wherever feels good to the body. Stay here to breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, come up center, bring both knees into the chest. Interlace the fingers over the left knee and extend the right leg long. Left knee towards the right. Find your twist. Find your hand positioning that works best for you. And let your gaze be wherever feels good on your neck. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's return back down. We'll begin to set up for a meditation, your choice, whether we're laying down. For those of you that have a block or a pillow or a beach towel that prefer a heart opener would mean that I'd place that prop behind me so my heart is lifted up and my shoulders are then passively drawn back. Legs, any position that feels good to you, butterfly, bent, extended long. Always permission to lay on your side or coming upright to any seated position of your choice. As you begin to settle in, feel that connection of your body to the ground. Notice there's a little bit of heaviness or groundedness where we touch our mats, where we touch the ground, where we touch the earth. As we breathe, notice the rise and fall of the breath. As we feel the breath moving within us, do you feel the breath as it enters and exits either through the nostrils or the mouth? How does that feel? Noticing how the air feels on our skin. If it feels cool or warm. And notice our skin, how our clothing feels on our skin. Is it rough or soft? Bringing awareness to the mind. If we have a hard time and our mind is going to the past or to the future, no, that's okay. It's common. But I invite you to bring your focus to someone that you love or something that you love or a sensation that you love, something that brings you joy, someone that brings you joy, an experience that brings you joy. And allow it to come to the forefront of your mind. Notice if there's any warmth of that reflection of that experience, person, or thing, of joy. If it's just at the forefront of your mind, or if it begins to spread slowly through your body. Again, there's no right or wrong about what should or shouldn't happen. Continue to breathe here with that feeling of joy at the forefront of your mind. Notice if a smile comes to your lips or there's a lightness to the body. Stay here for one more breath. And then I invite you to make your way to your final resting pose, however that looks today. Whether it's traditional on your back, maybe we want to go with our legs up the wall, maybe we'd prefer to find a seated position. But doing what works well for you and your body this morning and allowing yourself to breathe. We'll begin to find awareness through our senses, however that feels this morning, with those options to find small or big movements. Taking your time and allowing yourself to move to your side or an upright position. As always, you're welcome to stay in your final resting position as long as you need. Remembering that joy that you experienced, felt, thought about, and sealing that to the forefront of your mind or to your heart for the remainder of your day. Happiness is a direction and not a place. Sydney J. Harris. For those of you on your side, or those of you on your back and not feel ready, you can use your hands to help press you up to a comfortable seated position of your choice. Gather the hands at the heart, sealing in our joy and our happiness, all releasing our breath here, inhaling through the nose, and exhale to sigh out the mouth. Thank you so much for sharing your morning and your practice with me. My name is Rachel, and this is courtesy of Comeback Yoga, Gentle Yoga, and Meditation. I'll be here next week. Thank you so much again. Have an amazing weekend. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, I apologize for starting right on time and not opening sooner. Um, First world problems. I did have my electricity go out, and so we thought someone else was going to be subbing it this morning, but it came on. So we have a big time difference between our headquarters, which is stationed in Colorado, and so the electricity went off at. I woke up because it got really, really warm in my room at 2:20 in the morning, and I went to do my report the power outage, and it said that someone had already reported at like 2 a.m. But it said it was going to come on at 3:30 a.m. and it was still off. So we thought someone else would be subbing, but it came back on at 2 I'm sorry, it came back on at 3:45, and so there's a little bit of a scramble, and then, with all things, the electricity kind of went like this, and it somehow confused the live stream, but we have some amazing tech people back at our headquarters, so they're amazing. Big shout out to everyone there. Thank you again for joining, and I'll be here next week. I hope to see you then. Bye.